Wow, just look at this garden. Not a hose in sight. If you're here, you've probably already tried watering your plants every single day. You check the soil, drag the hose out, soak everything, wait, and the plants still wilt by afternoon. These Amish gardens are not easy to maintain without daily irrigation. And yet, here they are, deep green, thriving in summer heat. Not because they're special, because the right system was used. If you want a real natural method that works, you're in the right place. Here's what nobody tells you. The problem isn't the weather. It isn't your soil type. The problem is depth. Every time you water daily, you're training roots to stay shallow, chasing surface moisture. Then one hot day hits, the top inch dries out, and your plants panic. You've watered faithfully for weeks, and they still fail you. Big agriculture loves this cycle. Dependent plants need more inputs, more products, more intervention. But Amish gardeners figured out something different, something that makes plants drought-proof from the ground up. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how the deep root trick works, step by step. No expensive irrigation systems, no daily schedule, no chemicals. Just one simple method that trains your plants to find water deep in the soil, where it never runs out. If you love growing food the natural way, subscribe, because this channel is built for people who want real results without the dependency. Stay till the end, because the final step is where most gardeners quit, and it's the most important one. Imagine walking into your backyard and harvesting fresh vegetables, herbs, and flowers without spending hours working in the garden. That's exactly what I show you how to do in my ebook, The Lazy Gardener's 30-Minute Garden. It's packed with simple systems, time-saving tricks, and plants that practically grow themselves. Click the link in the description below and grab your copy so you can start building your lazy garden today. Step 1. Stop watering the surface. Now, completely abandon your daily shallow watering routine. This is the foundation of everything. Surface watering signals roots to stay within the top 2 inches of soil, making them permanently vulnerable to heat and drought. Every day you water lightly, you're essentially bribing your plants to stay weak. If you skip this step, nothing else works. The discomfort you feel skipping a watering day? That's exactly what forces the transformation underground. Step 2. Dig the deep channel. Now dig a narrow channel 6 to 8 inches deep, running alongside your plant row, not directly at the base. This is where most gardeners fail. They water at the stem. Amish growers water at distance, forcing roots to travel outward and downward toward moisture. 1 channel per row. The depth is non-negotiable. Too shallow and you've changed nothing. You're looking for soil that feels cool and slightly damp when you reach the bottom. That's your target zone. Step 3. Apply the slow soak. Now, fill your deep channel slowly, not with a hose blast, but a trickle. Let water seep down for a full 3 to 5 minutes per channel section. This slow penetration is the mechanism everything depends on. Fast watering runs off or pools at the surface, and slow soaking pulls moisture straight down into the root chase zone. Amish farmers have used clay vessels and gravity-fed systems for generations to achieve exactly this. You can replicate it with nothing more than a hose set to its lowest pressure. Step 4. Seal the surface with mulch. Now immediately cover the entire bed surface with 4 to 6 inches of organic mulch, straw, wood chips, or dried leaves. This is absolutely fundamental. The mulch layer traps the deep moisture you just deposited, blocking surface evaporation completely. Without this step, the sun reclaims that water within hours and your roots have no reason to go deeper. With it, the soil beneath stays consistently cool and damp for days, sometimes an entire week, with zero additional watering. Step 5. Wait. Resist. Now walk away for 5 to 7 full days. This seems small, but it is the hardest and most critical step. The waiting period is where root development actually happens. Roots only chase moisture when they experience mild, controlled stress. If you water again on day 2, you reset the entire process. Amish gardeners call this teaching the ground. By day 5, if you dig carefully beside a plant, you'll see roots visibly angling downward, reaching for the deep moisture reservoir you created. That's the moment you know the system is working. Still with me? Good, because if you've watched this far, you're not here for entertainment. You're here because you're done with systems that make you a slave to a watering schedule. Here's something most gardening channels won't say out loud. Once a plant develops a deep root system, truly deep, 8 to 12 inches down, it becomes almost impossible to kill through normal drought. The soil at that depth holds a moisture from rainfall events that happened weeks ago. Your plant is drinking from a reservoir you didn't even have to fill. Amish communities have maintained productive gardens through brutal summers with almost no intervention for generations. Not because they work harder, because they set the system up correctly once and let nature do the rest. That's what big agriculture doesn't want you to understand. A self-sufficient plant doesn't need their products. And the final step coming up, the one most gardeners skip entirely, is what locks this whole system in permanently. Don't stop now. Most people make gardening 10 times harder than it needs to be. But once you set up the right systems, your garden can almost run itself. I explain exactly how to do that in my ebook, The Lazy Gardener's 30-Minute Garden. You'll find the link in the description below. Go check it out and start building your low-effort garden today. Let me ask you something. Why isn't this taught in mainstream gardening guides? Why does every major gardening brand lead with sprinkler systems, moisture meters, and daily watering schedules? Because dependent plants are profitable plants. If your garden thrives on its own, you stop buying irrigation equipment. You stop purchasing soil conditioners designed to compensate for shallow, stressed root systems. You stop needing their solutions to problems their advice created. This isn't conspiracy, it's simply business logic. Amish farming communities never participated in that system. They had no reason to. Their knowledge stayed practical, passed down through generations, completely outside the commercial gardening industry's reach. And here's what's remarkable. Modern soil scientists are now publishing research that arrives at the exact same conclusions Amish growers reached centuries ago. Deep root architecture, moisture retention at depth, controlled stress cycles that build plant resilience. The knowledge was never secret, it just doesn't get monetized. That's why you've never seen it on the shelf at your garden center, but you're seeing it now. So what actually happens when you commit to this system? By day 7, your plants will stop showing afternoon wilt entirely. The subtle droop you've accepted as normal, gone. By day 14, if you dig 6 inches beside any plant, you'll find roots that weren't there 2 weeks ago. Thick, is to white, actively growing downward. By the end of the first month, Your watering frequency drops to once every 7 to 10 days. In mild weather, even longer. I've watched gardens running this system go 22 consecutive days without a single watering during summer. Plants untouched, fully productive. Now, if your leaves yellow slightly in the first week, don't panic. That's withdrawal from surface dependency. It passes by day 4 or 5. The plant is redirecting energy downward. That's exactly what you want. If the mulch layer develops dry patches on top, that's also correct. Dry on top means sealed underneath. The system tells you what it needs, and mostly, it tells you to leave it alone. That's the entire point. These Amish gardeners weren't just growing food, they were building relationships with the ground beneath them, teaching their plants to be independent, resilient, and self-sustaining. That's a philosophy, not just a technique. And honestly, it applies beyond the garden. The best systems, whether in soil, in life, in community, are the ones that require less intervention over time, not more. That gets stronger through mild stress, not weaker. That draw from deep reserves when the surface runs dry. That's what this trick really teaches. Your garden doesn't need you hovering over it daily. It needs you to set the right conditions once, and then trust the process. Big agriculture built an industry on daily dependency. The Amish quietly ignored it for 200 years and ate well every single season. Now you have the same system, a garden that waters itself from the deep. Yet that weathers drought while your neighbor's wilts. That rewards patience with produce. That's not a trick. That's knowledge that was always yours. You just hadn't been shown it yet. If this changed how you think about watering, hit the like button. It genuinely helps this knowledge reach people who need it. Subscribe if you haven't already. This channel exists for growers who want real, practical independence from systems designed to keep them dependent. Every video is built around that single idea. Turn on notification because the next video covers the companion method to this one. How Amish growers prepare soil in a way that makes deep rooting happen twice as fast. You won't want to miss it, and I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below. Tell me how many days a week you're currently watering. Just a number. I read every single one, and it'll tell me exactly what to cover next for this community. Finally, share this with one person in your life who waters their garden every single day. You might just free up their entire morning routine. See you in the next one. If you found this video helpful, then you'll love the full system I put together in my ebook, The Lazy Gardener's 30-Minute Garden. Inside the book, I show you the exact daily 30-minute routine, low-maintenance garden layouts, and the plant-once crops that keep producing for years. So if you want a garden that grows more food and flowers with less work, click the link in the description below and grab your copy today.